Hey everyone, how are we doing? My name is Tim Pongaraz and this is Focus on Detailing. In today's video, I'm basically just going to be talking about the BMW, giving my thoughts on it so far, as since I've had it, I haven't really given much away. As well as at the beginning of this video, I'll be going over a bit of an update with what's been happening for all of those who are interested. But if you're not, I guess you can just skip it straight to the BMW. Now, I'm pretty much going to be going over some excuses as to why I haven't been uploading on a regular basis, like I ever have, but anyway, we're not going to worry about that. At the start of this year, I moved back to Mildura to work as a draftsman. And for those that don't know, it basically just means that I draw pictures of houses. So because of that, YouTube has sort of taken a back seat. I'm still working on the car detailing business, and since moving back to Mildura, I have been getting a lot more work than over Adelaide. It's just that now I've got less time to work on the videos. I'm sure people are going to be out there saying that it's not that hard to create a video and upload it. And I mean, it's not, it's just that now that I know more people are watching my uploads, I get more critical and fussy with what I am uploading. I want something that I'm happy with, rather than uploading just for the sake of uploading because it's been a few days since the last upload. A few weeks back, I did go to Darwin for a little holiday with my brothers, and it was awesome. It was the one day in the year where fireworks are legal. So you could say it was a lot of fun. Lots of memorable experiences, some not so memorable, but we did meet some great people. All I can say is that if you're wanting more content from me, you can always check out my Facebook and Instagram business pages, as I'm a lot more active on there than I am here on YouTube. And I apologise for anyone out there that's always keen to check out my new uploads. I wish I could upload on a weekly basis, but unfortunately that's not the case, as I have been pretty busy lately with holidays, planning more holidays, the business as well as the new job and family stuff. There's no real time frame with when I upload a video, they sort of just go up when they go up. Anyway, enough of that, let's get right into the BMW, as I'm sure that's why a lot of people are here. Before you go any further, this video is not a review, so I don't want people getting upset thinking, why aren't you giving me the specs on this car? It's not that type of video. I'm just giving my thoughts on the car so far and what I like about it. If you're wanting a video with more review type stuff, then just let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to make a video like that about this car. But for now, I'll just stick to giving my thoughts. Before actually committing to the BMW 335i, I was weighing up between this and Mercedes SLK 350. Both hardtop convertibles, both great cars, and both produce over 200 kilowatts. But now, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, and I'm sorry if you have one, but the SLK without the AMG body kit just looks too feminine. It looks like the sort of car that your girlfriend or wife would take to the hairdressers over the weekend. It just wasn't for me. You see, with the AMG body kit, it looks like this, and without it, it looks like this. With it, it just was too expensive, it was out of my league. And you might remember, if you've seen my other videos, that my dad actually has the SLK 350 with the AMG body kit. So that was another reason why I wanted the BMW. I just wanted something different as well. That and the fact that this thing has two turbos, whereas the Mercedes is naturally aspirated. Sounds a little bit different. Since I've had this, the usual questions that I've been asked are, how does it compare to your old car, the XR6 Ute? Do you realise how much it's going to cost in terms of maintenance? And are you attracting more ladies since you've got a BMW convertible? Well, that ladies question, since I've actually had this car, I have been getting a lot more texts. I'm just kidding. It's actually laughable. There's no difference, and I don't really care. For them to actually see me in it and be impressed, I'd actually have to go out. I only really use this thing to go to work and back. That's basically it. It's an enjoyable drive to work. It's good. The whole maintenance question, well, I was well and truly aware that it was going to be costly when it came around to servicing and performance parts. Performance parts don't really interest me that much, as I'm happy with where this thing's at right now. Pretty lame, I know, but it does the trick. Servicing, I haven't had to do it yet, but it's coming around shortly, and I say that I'm ready for it, but I'm probably going to be shocked anyway. But I just take it on the chin. That's the joys of having a European car, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, whatever you want. You just got to take the good with the bad. So that other question, how does the BMW compare to the old Ford XR6 Ute that I had? Well, that's not really even a fair comparison, as I'm sure this is going to be a big shock to everyone. It's just that in almost every single way, this car is superior. Driving experience, performance, build quality, it's all just far better. But I'm not saying the XR6 Ute wasn't a great car, as it was fantastic. It was my second car and I loved it. It's just that this thing is just in a whole nother league. One of the many aspects I love about this car is the feel when driving. There's plenty of feedback in the steering wheel when you're cruising around. It's actually quite firm, and that's very different to what I'm used to with my older cars. I've only really had two, so there's not really much to compare to, but I've driven many cars, and a lot of them are quite light, but I much prefer this thing. It's quite heavy, so whether you're going fast or slow, there's a lot of feedback through the steering wheel. So the reason as to why I like this steering is, well, I remember my dad's older car, the 2001 VX HSV Senator. You could probably put a feather on top of the steering wheel and it could turn it. It's a bit of an exaggeration there, but it was very light. With this steering wheel, it hasn't taken me much to get, with this steering I should say, it hasn't taken me much to get used to at all. I just believe, my personal opinion, it gives you a better sense of control. Another reason why I love this car, specifically this one, is the black on black. I think it looks tough with the M Sport wheels. And another thing is the hardtop convertible. I much prefer hardtop convertibles over soft tops. I just think, don't go into attack mode, it's just my personal opinion again, I'm going to say it as well. Soft tops look tacky. I've seen SLR McLarens with soft tops, I've seen S63s with soft tops, there's so many now. BMW seem to love their soft tops. I just don't like that look. I think the hard tops look just far better. Hardtop convertibles are also easier to work on than soft-top convertibles when it comes to detailing, but that doesn't really matter. I was considering the E92 BMW, basically the same as this, it's just that without the convertible. It does look a little better, the back of it specifically, without all those lines across it for the top. But I think that if I went for the E92 later on, I'd probably regret not having the convertible, as this thing is just so much fun to have. When the sun's out, you put the roof down and just cruise around. It's just a really good experience. When it comes to overall space in this car, there's plenty of room in the front. I mean, I'm only 5'10", but it's very comfortable even if you were taller. But if you were 6 foot and trying to fit in the back, I think it would be a little bit of a struggle. I could be wrong. I haven't had many 6 foot people sitting in the back, but there is not much leg room. I didn't really buy this car thinking about people fitting in the back though. I bought this car because I really wanted it. I don't know too many coupes anyway that would have a lot of space in the back. I mean, I'm just happy that there are seats in the back if people do want to jump in. It is a positive. Another thing that I love about this car is the sound. When the roof is like this, it just sounds like an average 6-cylinder. There's a bit of an angry growl, but nothing too exciting. But when you put the roof down, you get a really nice sharp note. I can't really explain it, you're just gonna have to listen. Mainly in first gear, it sounds really good with the upshifting and downshifting. With the downshift, you do get a bit of a burble, so that's, I do that every now and then. I've always been one of those typical guys that likes the sound of that V8 rumble. I've even made this video a little while back to give you an idea of my thinking. The sound of this car has actually converted me a little bit, but if I ever do want to go to a V8, I can always step up to the M3 E93 BMW, but that's a long way down the track. When I was looking for the BMW around Melbourne and Adelaide, they all seem to have one thing in common. And it's the unfortunate thing of the peeling plastics, or damaged plastics as well, around the side, the steering wheel, and across the back here from people probably jumping from side to side. This one isn't actually too bad, so that was a massive positive for me. There is some peeling around the steering wheel and there is some down the side, but I mean, obviously it wasn't enough to change my mind from buying it, and I'll get over it as it's really not that big of an issue. I can easily fix it up. This is actually my first car with paddle shifts, and these ones work a little different to most than the usual up and down. This is up and up, pulling back on both sides, and down on both sides. Took me a little bit to get used to, but I like it now. Yet another thing. If anyone could enlighten me what this thingy does, it would be much appreciated. I think it works the blinkers, but I'm not quite sure. Apparently now that I'm a BMW driver, I don't need to use them anymore, so that's handy. But yeah, well, I don't even know why it needs to be there. I've got some stuff to organise with this thing. It's got to go in for a service, so that'll be exciting. And it's actually also got to go in for an airbag replacement, as it's one of the many cars that has to go in for the mandatory swap over because it's not safe to drive around. I've also got some tyre decals, so I'm keen to see how they'll look on it. I'm a bit up in the air about it. I'll let you guys tell me in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Hopefully it'll look something a little bit like this. That's it for this video. Like I said, it was a pretty easy going one. I've been flat out and I've managed to just fit this video in as I've got a car coming in for detailing soon. So I've got to get onto that and get organised. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out some of my other uploads. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll catch you all later.